Back to a brand new video. Today, I'm gonna be watching Asian Story. Let's see and let's watch is it better than his or her story. And if it's good,
Lunch, I opened my mom's homemade dumplings. Before I could take a bite, the bully pinched his nose. Your food stinks. Then he knocked my lunch onto the floor. His friends laughed. The bully looked at me. What are you gonna do about it? I looked down, picked up every dumpling, one by one. Then I said, not yet. The next day, he dumped my lunch into the garbage. What about now? Not yet. A week later, he shoved me into my locker. His friends surrounded me. You gonna fight back? Not yet. They laughed even harder. Months passed, everyone thought I was scared. What nobody knew was every night I'd wake up and see the kitchen light on. My mom still wearing her work clothes, folding dumplings long after midnight. She had work the next morning, but she still made them every day. Before the sun came up, I was training, running, lifting, learning how to fight, because every morning I remembered those dumplings lying on the cafeteria floor, and I trained harder. Then one Friday, he grabbed my lunch and threw it away before I even opened it. I looked down at the dumplings sitting in the garbage. He laughed. What? Your mom can just make more. Then he leaned closer. It's not like she has anything better to do. For the first time, I looked him in the eyes. After school, he stopped laughing. What? You and me, we're done waiting. He smiled. You better call an ambulance. You're gonna need one after this. By the final bell, half the school was waiting outside. The bully stepped into the circle, laughing. He finally grew a spine. I took off my backpack and set it on the ground. I didn't say a word. He charged and threw the first punch, but I could see them, the punches. Before they happened, left hook, I ducked. Right hook, I stepped aside. Another punch, missed. Another, missed. Months of training made everything feel slower. The crowd started cheering. The bully got angrier. He swung harder, faster, but he couldn't touch me. Then he stopped. He looked around and grabbed a brick. The crowd went silent. For the first time, I stopped moving because I realized dodging his punches wasn't enough. I had spent months learning how to avoid getting hurt, but if I didn't stop him, someone else would get hurt next. He charged, holding the brick above his head. I waited until the last second. Then I stepped forward and threw one punch right on his jaw. The brick fell from his hand. His eyes rolled back. His body went limp. He hit the pavement. I looked past him at every friend who laughed, who shoved me, who mocked my mom's cooking. One of them laughed. What are you looking at? I looked past him. Not you. The ambulance. I called for him. Every lunch,
that's crazy. Look at the comics. Is it good? 99 They're glazing his story. Oh no, they're not glazing him. They're just saying that his story you need to see it and Mr. has a new channel. Let's go to
My
the
dog wouldn't stop barking at me over and over. I looked at his food bowl, empty. You hungry? I filled it. He didn't even look. He just kept barking. That wasn't normal. Every morning before I left for school, Milo waited by the front door. I scratched behind his ears, give him a treat, then he'd watch me leave. He never barked, never tried to stop me until today. He stepped in front of the door, barking. Then he grabbed my sleeve and started pulling. You need to go outside? I reached for his leash. He ignored it. So I opened the back door. Usually he'd sprint into the yard. This time he didn't move. He just looked at me, then barked again. What do you want? I grabbed his favorite tennis ball, the one he never ignored. I tossed it. It rolled right past him. He didn't even look. Instead, he ran down the hallway, stopped outside my mom's bedroom, and barked again. I sighed. My mom always sleeps in. Leave her alone. He barked louder. I walked over. Milo, keep this up and you're not getting treats. But he didn't care. He started scratching at our bedroom door hard. I never seen him do that before, so I grabbed his collar and pulled him away. He fought against me harder than he ever had before. The second I let go, he sprinted right back, scratching even harder. He ignored everything. His favorite toy, his favorite treat, nothing mattered except getting me to open that door. Something was wrong. So I opened it. My mom was exactly what she'd always be, still asleep. I smiled. See, I started closing the door. Then I froze. The room was silent, too silent. My mom always snored every morning. Mom? No answer. I stepped closer. Her hand hung over the side of the bed. I picked it up, cold. My heart started racing. I shook her shoulder. Mom? Nothing. I grabbed my phone and called 911. The ambulance arrived minutes later. The doctors rushed her inside. I sat in the waiting room holding Milo's leash, both of us praying she'd be okay. Hours later, a doctor walked out. If she'd got in here even 1 minute later, we couldn't have saved her. I looked down at Milo. He looked back at me, tail wagging. I reached into my pocket and pulled out his favorite treat, the same one he ignored that morning. This time, he took it. I smiled. You deserve the whole bag. My dog wouldn't stop barking.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see the comments. Real iconic. That's why we need dogs. Yeah, dogs are very important. For 1 second, I thought it was just. Yeah, this story might have done. No, I don't think. Because there's a name. Hope you reach a million subs or ability. Yeah, I'm on subscription. Anyways, let's go to
He spat out the dumpling. Everyone in the restaurant went silent because this wasn't just anyone. He was the world's most famous competitive eater. And after one bite, he looked at my mom and said, "This is the worst dumpling I've ever had." My mom didn't say anything because deep down, she knew her restaurant was already struggling. Some days we didn't even.
Yo, why are you being mean to the To the world? No, that's bad. El Fatty and the Chatty Fat for doing that.
Sell 10 dumplings. But what he didn't know was that this restaurant was the last thing my dad left us. My parents
Oh, that man who died.
opened this place together. They spent years building it. Every table, every recipe, every corner of the restaurant held a memory of him. But after my dad passed away, my mom
Yo, R.I.P. in the comments.
kept it running alone. Even when business slowed down, even when it got harder every year, she refused
Yo, that's great. And then you just like say, you spit it out. No. El, El Fatty in chat. Still El Fatty. He's fat.
to let go. Then the competitive eater stood up. Before leaving, he pointed at the biggest dumpling on the menu. I'll make you a deal. If someone here can finish that, I'll tell my followers this is the best dumpling shop I've ever been to. But if they fail, you close this place. My mom immediately refused. We're not risking our restaurant. He smirked. I figured, then turned toward the door. Wait, I'll do it. My mom grabbed my arm. You've never done anything like this. I looked at the empty tables, then at her. If I don't, we lose anyway. She closed her eyes, then quietly nodded. A giant bamboo steamer was placed in front of me. Inside was one massive dumpling. The timer started 60 minutes. The first few bites were easy. Then my stomach started fighting back. Every bite was harder than the last. Halfway through, the competitive eater leaned back.
How do you do that? I'm from this guy maybe it's 100 pounds fat. He's probably so fat. He probably is so fat, man. He might have came he might the only reason he had dumplings because he had KFC 2 days in a row.
Back, smiling. I knew it, but I kept eating. One bite, then another. Soon, only a quarter remained. His smile disappeared. He stood up, walked over, and accidentally knocked my water onto the dumpling. It soaked straight through, making every bite twice as heavy. He shrugged. Oops. My mom reached for the plate. That's enough. Not yet. 5 minutes, 3 bites. 1 minute, 1 bite. The timer started beeping. 5, 4, 3, 2,
You think he's gonna do it?
1. I swallowed the final bite. The competitive eater stared at the empty plate, then laughed. Fake. You switched the dumpling. There's no way a kid finished that. Then he stormed out the front door. His cameraman never moved. He looked down at his camera, then said, I got everything. That night, he uploaded the footage, the cheating, the excuses, everything. By the next morning, millions of people had watched
That's actually the real use of people when you fucking video.
the famous competitive eater lose, then blame a kid for cheating. A week later, people lined up around the block.
Yo, now they're making some money. They're gonna make it all around the world.
My mom looked out the window. Do you think they're here for the challenge? I looked at the customers walking out, carrying boxes of dumplings. They came for the challenge. They'll come back for your dumplings. He spat out the dumpling.
Yo, let's do the comments. Dormat, the man, if they were, she. That's not English. I don't know what to say. The channel is on yeah. Exactly some story, her story, Asian. Actually, they're all white. She just did. You know what? Let's go.
My brother took our dog into the kitchen with a knife. It was 12 a.m.
What? Are you gonna kill him?
I was half asleep, just getting up to go piss. When I saw my brother walk into the kitchen, Milo in his arms.
Oh my! Is he gonna kill him? No, if I was there, he would probably regret ever doing it. Sorry, wait. No.
A knife in his hand. I was too tired to think about it. I just assumed I was dreaming and went back to sleep. The next
Are
morning,
you dumb?
Milo was gone, and so was my brother. I figured he'd just taken Milo for a
Wait, let me just close. Wait, you guys do that?
walk until I walked into the kitchen. There was a knife sitting on the counter with something red dripping from it. I froze. Then I looked at Milo's food bowl, still full. Milo never left his breakfast untouched. That's when I remembered last night. My brother, Milo, the knife. Suddenly, I
look at his eye. He's red and
wasn't so sure it had been a dream. My brother had always joked about how crazy it was that anyone could ever hurt a dog, especially Milo. I'd always laugh with him, but now that joke didn't feel so funny. Then I remembered we had a security camera in the kitchen. I ran to my computer, pulled up the footage, and found last night's recording. My brother walked into the kitchen. Milo was in his arms. He placed him on the counter. Then he raised the knife and swung.
Oh, wait. Sorry guys, but good thing it didn't show like real blood, like game blood. We found
My brother killed Milo. I couldn't even move. Then the front door opened. My brother walked inside. I stared at him. How could you? He stopped and then looked at me. So you found out. I'm calling the police. He immediately looked confused. What? Milo, he's okay. I froze. What? Last night, Milo got tangled in some vines. They were wrapped around his neck and they were cutting off his breathing. I used the knife to cut him free. I looked at the knife. The red stuff? The vines had red sap. Then where's Milo? He sighed. I took Milo to the vet afterward. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd panic. I couldn't say anything. I just breathed a sigh of relief. Milo was okay. My brother
Wait, my brother's coming. Where should I?
They took our dog.
Can you put that thumbnail that you recorded? Bro, I'm recording. I can't. Quick cut. I'll be quick. Just go. Go now. Okay, Panthers. Go. Now, oh my guys, this is just my brother. Yep. I recorded everything. Please. Please don't make this an awkward thing.
Dog into the kitchen with a knife. It was 12 a.m. I was half asleep. Just
Oh, Trisha. Please. No, no, no. No, in the comments, I feel like I'm listening. In my last
my dad stood up in the middle of the audience and walked out. I never seen him leave a competition.
What?
Never showed
Oh, it's a
up.
competition.
Nobody knew why. Not
Why? Why would you leave? That's
even me. Every time my brother missed a note, my dad would stop him and say again.
Yo, he's strict.
Sometimes he'd spend 20 minutes playing the same 10 seconds over and over. Then the
What? That's not a crazy. Crazy.
moment he finally got it right, my dad would smile. That's my son. Every competition, my parents sat in the front row. Every trophy went into the cabinet above our fireplace. Sometimes I'd stand there imagining one with my name on it.
Yo, that could actually be one true. You believe whatever you believe, you can achieve.
I wanted to learn piano too, not because I loved music, because I wanted my parents to look at me the way they looked at him. Then, one afternoon, a second piano arrived. I couldn't stop smiling. I thought, finally, this one's for me. But my dad never called me downstairs. Days turned into weeks. The piano stayed untouched, except by my brother. Every afternoon, he practiced 4 hours, without missing a day. Whenever I walked toward the piano, he'd stop me. Dad said, I'm practicing. Then he'd close the door. Eventually, I stopped asking. Until years later, I finally asked my mom, why didn't dad ever teach me? She looked down, then quietly said, the day the second piano arrived, your dad told your brother, now both my boys can become pianists. Your brother looked at him and said, if he has to practice, I'm done. Your dad laughed. He thought your brother was bluffing. He wasn't. He skipped the biggest competition of
Oh my god. That is tricky. That's actually a good dad. Okay. He's a good dad.
his life. Then he refused to touch the piano. Days passed, then weeks. Your dad begged him to play again. Your brother only said one thing, you'll have one pianist or none. The next morning, he sat back down and practiced for another 8 years. I looked at my mom, but why? Her eyes filled with tears. He knew exactly what those 4 hours felt like. He wanted you outside, riding your bike, playing with your friends, having the childhood he never had.
Yo, that's crazy. That's better for the kid, no God. Is it that good?
That's when I looked at the trophy cabinet, and for the first time, I didn't envy it. I understood, but every trophy had really cost. My entire childhood, I thought my brother had everything. I
Yo, we died?
never realized he gave it all up so I wouldn't have to. My dad stood up in the
No. That's gonna be the end of the video. This was actually good. I think I'm gonna subscribe to it because that was a good video. And anyways, if you want to see more, like and subscribe. Bye!